What's up YouTube, GT Jesse here, and in this video I'm going to show you how I created this livery using Gran Turismo 7's new livery editor. And if this is your first time here, do hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as I will be releasing a lot more Gran Turismo 7 content as we progress along with the game. But this video is almost exclusively focused on me sharing some of the new functionality that Polyphony's decided to go on ahead and add to the livery editor in Gran Turismo 7, and it's really exciting stuff. If you enjoyed the livery editor in Gran Turismo Sport, if you were like me and just enjoyed relaxing and unwinding and using it as a sort of creative outlet, I think that you're going to be very pleasantly surprised that all of the functionality that existed in Gran Turismo Sport's livery editor has been carried forward to the livery editor in Gran Turismo 7. However, they've added some very key additional functionality that makes it even better, and I'm really excited to share that with you. So first category I want to talk about are the preset shapes and the preset patterns that are included in Gran Turismo 7. And you'll actually find that the preset shapes here are basically identical to the shapes and patterns that were included in Gran Turismo Sport. Polyphony's actually gone as far as to use the exact same shapes and patterns that were included in Gran Turismo Sport and Gran Turismo 7. And they've even categorized them the same way, where Category 1 shapes are basically the shapes that are not transparent at all, and the Category 2 shapes are the exact same shapes as Category 1, but they have that level of transparency or smokiness to them. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, I would have liked to see some new pre-built shapes and patterns, but I'm glad that they at least included the exact same ones that were in Gran Turismo Sport. So if you're used to using those shapes and patterns as kind of a foundation for building your liveries, the good news is those same shapes and patterns are included in Gran Turismo 7. So very minimal learning curve as far as being able to jump right in and start building some custom liveries. So the next category I want to talk about are some of the new functionality that Polyphony's added to the livery editor regarding the windows. And so if you're paying attention to the time lapse and you look on the left hand side where you're selecting the part of the car that you want to add a livery to, or that you want to add a decal to, you'll actually see that there's an option for windshield banner and there's also an option for windows. So this is actually really cool because on some parts of the car you have the ability to add decals to the actual window, and you also have the ability to create your own windshield banner. I don't know about you, but I think that's really cool. If you recall, in Gran Turismo Sport, you had basically zero ability to add window decals, and as far as the windshield banner is concerned, it was pretty much a binary on or off kind of thing, but you couldn't customize it at all. If you had the ability to add a banner to a car, it was just the factory Gran Turismo banner, or it would have been just the banner that came included on the car, but you couldn't by any means customize one and add your own decals. So I think that's really cool. I like the idea of having windshield banners, and I like the idea that you can customize it. There's nothing worse than having something and not being able to make it your own. So I think it's really cool that Polyphony took that feedback and made those completely customizable. And you'll see later on in the livery editor time lapse here where I do go on ahead and add decals to the rear windows on the side of the car, and also add decals to the windshield banner. Now, I really feel like I saved the best for last here, and this last feature that I'm going to talk about is really the main feature that actually inspired me to want to make this video. It's such a key feature, but it's such a simple feature too, that it blew my mind that it wasn't included in Gran Turismo Sport, but it's a big one. Polyphony took the feedback, they incorporated it, and this feature is going to make everybody's lives easier who spends any amount of time in the livery editor, and that feature is the integration of community decals directly into the livery editor. So what do I mean by that? Well, if you look at the screen here, if you look at what I've been adding to the car, if you look at all these custom decals that are on screen, the Oracle one, the Red Bull one, the Castrol one, KTM, these are not logos or decals that Polyphony has included in Gran Turismo Sport. These have been uploaded by the community, and they were so much harder to get to in Gran Turismo Sport. You had to go out of the editor, you had to go into Discover, you had to download them, you had to go back into the editor, and then you could use them. In Gran Turismo 7, Polyphony has incorporated that feature directly into the livery editor. So boom, ladies and gentlemen, that is huge, that is so exciting. It's such a simple thing, and it should just work. I hope you liked this video. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you do, again, please go on ahead and like and subscribe. I appreciate you watching. We'll be back next time with more great Gran Turismo 7 content.